Thank you for joining me on this Sew What Pro tutorial in using the repositional hoop. All right, the repositional hoop can be a lot of fun using with your embroidery 4x4 machine. It opens up huge possibilities of what you can do without being limited to 4x4 square inches. Our second repositional hoop project is a little bit more intricate. It's going to involve a picture that the rope border is going to have to be cut, but the rest of the picture is pretty much already split. So the Sew It Pro program doesn't have a whole lot of work to do to break up the pattern. So let's go ahead and dive right into that. Our next repositional hoop project is going to be a lot more intricate, just a little bit more intricate. We're going to add a picture to our embroidery design and some wording. So hang tight with that and we'll go ahead and get that started. So what I'm going to do is take this off and I'm going to hit delete on my keyboard. And then I'm going to select 3 and I'm going to hit delete on my keyboard there. And I'm just going to leave the word solar. We're not doing anything that makes sense. I'm just showing you how this works, how this process works. So let's find us a long picture to go in our repositional hoop, okay? So let's merge in a picture. You don't want to open because if you open, then it will close this out. We can do this one. Yeah. So we're going to get this nautical design. So let's resize it and we'll make it a little bit bigger so that we can cause ourselves a problem. So we're going to make this 130% bigger as well. All right. So now we've got a much bigger design that's not going to fit in the repositional hoop in just one of the sections. Let me move this down first of all, out of the way. So this rope is a problem now. All right, so it doesn't fit in the position 2. It definitely doesn't fit in position 3. And it doesn't fit in position 1. Now the cool thing about this particular design is the lighthouse and the ship's wheel fits in position 1. So you don't have to worry about cutting these 2 designs here. And then of course the boat will fit in position 3. And the lighthouse and the boat fits in position 3 as well. So those will be taken care of. You don't have to split those, but this rope border is going to be a problem. So what you can do is choose one of these positions to split your design. Now, originally when we did solar and palmetto up at the top, it gave us position 1 and position 3. So let's see what we can't do with position 1. Position 1 puts the rope border as far as it will go right here, again between the L and the A. And then position 3 comes over this way some. So somewhere in here we can cut this rope. So let's cut a rope. So we're going to click off of that to not select it, to make sure nothing is selected on here. And we're going to open our cutting toolbar, our trusty toolbar. And we're just going to cut this rope in half. That's pretty much what we're going to do. So I'm going to avoid the lighthouse actually. So I'm going to go right here just beside the lighthouse. All right, nope, I can't do that. So let's close that because as you saw, it was crossing over the top of the rope. We don't want to split the top of that rope. So let's open it up again and we're going to go higher so that I don't cross that rope. All right, so now we're good and clear from that. I'm going to go ahead and come across here. All right, so it's going to cut it definitely away from this center line, and then I'm going to come down here and get close to here, and then I'm going to come straight down here. Yep, it's just outside that lighthouse, what I wanted to see, and then I'm going to come here, and then I'm going to click here, make sure that I don't cut through the moon or moon symbol, come here, and then back up. So what we're doing now though is we're also in a way cutting this apart and that apart, but it was already cut apart anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. So let's cut the pattern. So now let's see how this saves. And we'll go save as, and instead of LC2, we'll go LC3. And I'm just trying to give you guys the gist of how this works, and you can play with it. In this instance, it gave us 3 different position stops, and we'll see what that consists of here. Let's go to open, and here are LC3. Here's the original, and it automatically saves the original now. It used to didn't do that. And now here's position 1. So position 1 is going to do the wheel, this part of the rope, and then SOL. Position 2 looks like the flag on the ship, which is crazy. Why it's going to only stitch that, no clue. Sometimes the cutting effect and on the repositional situation, it comes up with a mind of its own, and that's unfortunate. Yep, it was the flag on the ship. And so the third position does AR. All right, so you see how it does split everything, and then once you put position 1 and position 3 together, your rope comes together. I hope that that was helpful to you all. The repositional hoop is a lot of fun. It opens up the possibilities with the 4x4 embroidery machine, whereas before people say, oh, you're restricted, you can't go larger than 4x4, and that is so not the case. You actually can. If you can make sure that your design is not larger than 4 inches in one way, then you can go larger than 4 inches the opposite direction, up to just over 6.5 inches, you know, so that gives you a lot more space to do those projects that you want to do. Now, unfortunately, this particular repositional hoop trick, it doesn't really work with in the hoop projects. There may be 1 or 2 you might could use this with and get away with it, but for the most part, all the way across the board, that is not going to work. The repositional hoop is not really going to work for an in the hoop project. So until the next time I see you guys, I hope you enjoy your repositional hoops. Give it a shot. Work with them. Be patient. Look for those patterns that are less than 4 inches by up to 6.5 inches, and you will have a good time with your repositional hoop, and I know that you will have happy embroidering. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you all with our next show.